You dancing to music that's not there?
I know. I'm like, what's happening? Oh yeah, so we did the women. Did you guys catch the women this morning?
No,
The women
but
basketball.
you can tell me.
It was.
I heard. It was good.
No, I'm just saying it's a tight game. It's US US and France.
1 point. My blood pressure went up a little bit.
It was. I was with my mother when I was watching it.
Oh my God.
I couldn't get all nasty like I wanted to. No, it was really good. It was a good game. So
it was good. So big up to
Olympics. I honestly did not watch much, to be honest.
The prime time at Olympics, NBC, and that's a really good thing. I taped all of them. I watched 3 nights last night. Mm-hmm. Some of the Olympic the track and field was so good. You see those girls doing the 100? Those girls were I was like,
the way their legs was moving, it's like, how do they just not even break off? It was just so fast.
Ooh, those flying. Mm-hmm. Flying.
It was good. It was a good.
And how come everybody's fucking beautiful?
I was about to say that.
How come
I was about to be
like,
no homo, but for me, I'm grateful that they were performing. But when they were coming out, I was like, "Ooh, look at her skin. She's so gorgeous."
Did you see the heptathlete? The girl, the black girl, Anna Hall, the heptathlete. I was like, "Oh shit, Gabby Douglas, goes to Harvard." Gabby Thomas. I mean, not Gabby Douglas. Gabby Thomas.
I have a girl crush. I have a girl crush on Gabby Thomas and Sha'Carri Richardson, because she will correct your ass. It's Sha'Carri, not Sha'Carri.
Don't play games.
I mean, the heptathlete, Shahidah.
Oh my goodness! Shahidah. Yes,
I am looking at her now.
I was like, and then Sha'Carri has a skin commercial. She's like,
oil of Olay with her natural face and her natural hair, and I was like, Sha'Carri, don't you ever put a wig on again. I like it, but I get
it. Yeah, I was very impressed with
there's
everybody.
Some beautiful women. The long jumper. Did you see the long jumper? The one who won gold, the black girl.
Mm-hmm. And then
she was pretty.
And then she fell in the dirt. I loved it.
Fell in the thing, and then jumped up and got her husband and jumped up. And her husband's a para-athlete too, a Paralympic.
Yes, I saw her. Yeah.
But there was some I was like, yo, these women are. But some of the competition, and the brothers were some brothers were motoring. But how come we can't get it together on the 100 relay? It's been it'll be 24 years.
So I heard people talking about that. Like,
did you watch it? Did you see it?
No, I'm telling you.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, I barely watched any Olympics this year.
It was
but
bad.
Carl Lewis
and you saw Noah.
Carl Lewis showed his ass as he should.
Noah had COVID. You see, he had COVID.
What's his name? Noah.
Oh yeah, Noah Lyles.
Yeah, I read about
still got
that.
a bronze. It was really good to watch all of them. There was some really good track and field too. I was like, ooh.
What was
the black woman throwing a hammer? The black women throwing a hammer? Black women. I was like, yo, it was good. It was good. It was good.
How about the young man, Duplantis? I sat here. Duplantis with the pole vault.
The pole vault?
Kept trying it. He's American, but his mother is from Norway. So I
saw him.
He went to LSU with Sha'Carri Richardson, and he participated in the Olympics for Norway in honor of his mother, who is Norwegian. And he won the gold, but now he's like, I want to break the world record. And they kept letting him try. And I was like, bruh, I'm sitting here in my chair like, bruh, that's like your fourth jump. It ain't gonna happen. And then he came back, and I was sitting here, and I was sitting here taking a sip of my little wine, and he made it, and I was like, I broke a glass all over the floor.
He's been pole vaulting since he was 5.
Yeah,
set up in the backyard. I was like, that's why he's the greatest in the world of all time.
That's right.
Stuff.
Right. Supporting him.
You don't think of that unless you're already doing it. So he was born to do that.
Like Tiger Woods with golf, and
loved it. I was sitting here like, bruh, and of course Debbie Downer. I'm like, yo, that was like your 9th jump. Like, enough already. Let's move on to the next sport. And I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna do it again. And then he's like clapping to get the crowd up. And then I'm like, okay. And then he does it, and I was like, oh,
that's good. Did you see the 1500?
I took all my shit talking back because he did that.
So the 1500 was a really great story because there's a guy from Norway and a guy from Great Britain who are like, one was the Tokyo gold medalist and the other one was the world champion. And they talk shit to each other. It's all about the two of them racing, talking stuff. I'm the best one. He's nothing. He just got there. They've been back and forth. And this little American guy, Steve Hooker, just like a guy, he's from Maine or whatever. And I'm telling you, and it was all about these two. You're watching these two guys going after each other, and one was in front of them at the front, and she made a comment. She's like, watch Steve Hooker in the back. He was like in 8th place. It's the 1500, so there's like 8 laps. He's like, watch him because no one has a kick like him at the end. This little dude was like in the back, and as they came around the final turn, the one Norwegian guy, he's running. He was always leading like this, and then he got passed by the British guy, and you're like, oh, but little Steve Hooker was like, and went past both of them, got gold, and then the other American got bronze, and the Norwegian guy got 4th. It was amazing. It was amazing.
And Steve Hooker.
The men's 1500. I'll send it to you. That was incredible. And Sydney McLaughlin, whatever. Yes. Yes. No. Hold on. Let me.
He plays. He runs for America, but he's from Australia.
No. I'll send it to you. It was amazing.
It can't be this guy because this guy is born in 1982.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Steve Hooker. He is, but he won a gold medal.
Yeah, no, that's him.
He's 42. Yeah.
Cole Hocker.
Okay,
that's what you gotta say.
Woo, Jesus.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Hocker. Oh Lord.
Cole Hocker.
From Steve to Cole.
It was so okay. It was so fantastic. It was a really great. There's so many great stories.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right, so let's get on to the topic of the day. What's the topic of the day?
Ooh, child, Netflix did the Love is Blind franchise, hit us with a whoop whoop Mexico UK in the same week.
Well, Mexico started first, so they're 2 weeks old. Oops, we lost Chris. He'll be back in a second.
He'll be back.
But yeah, I was kind of mad that they did it like right on top of each other. I'm like, I watch enough TV. Let me have like a week in between where I'm not just like binging on everything. But you know what? It's their moneymaker, so I get it. But
here's the thing: I didn't know that UK was out because when we were talking, it was all about Mexico, and I'm like, okay, let me go catch up on or start Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, when I'm looking, like I've got my remote and I'm like, okay, let me finish these other episodes. Then all of a sudden it pops up. Love is Blind UK episodes out now. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is that like an old, but I didn't realize that it's not old because it's new. Yep. So I'm like, well, let me start this one.
So the sad thing is I had already put a reminder in. So I knew that once oh, he's coming back. I had gotten a reminder from Netflix that it was coming up. So I knew that it was on. I was like, okay, I'll try and watch it the weekend. But then Chris was all like, oh, I started UK. You got to watch UK. So I was like, let me just go in there. After I finished Mexico, I said, let me go in there and see what's happening. Hooked right away. Hooked right away.
Yeah, I was hooked on both of them. Mm-hmm. Like to the point where when I started Mexico, I was like sitting here and I'm like, I gotta get these names. Like once everybody starts matching up, I'm like, let me get these names. And if it's a check mark, yes, yes. Thumbs down, no, no. And then I went to UK and did the same thing. I was like, oh, here we go. Listen.
Welcome back.
I don't know what's going on with my internet. I apologize for that.
We good.
Oh,
we were just talking about
Love is Blind.
Mexico and UK came out simultaneously, and I was like, when y'all were telling me Mexico's out, and I'm watching Mexico, and then I'm like, okay, I'm caught up on.
You were the one that told us about Mexico.
Yeah, you told us about Mexico.
Yeah,
you told us to watch Mexico, and then Chris.
And then I think I said UK. They were both good.
All I know is I was looking at Mexico, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, let me watch these new episodes, and then I see UK, and I'm like, wait a minute, UK's out.
So we still have the weddings left in Mexico,
right?
So who do you think's gonna last? Because every one of them motherfuckers have problems.
Okay, let's break the couples down.
Who are your favorites?
Okay, see, that's the thing. I keep forgetting names.
Here's the couples. We have Gerardo. We have Gerardo and Fernando.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We have Karen and Fernando.
That's my couple right there. That's the couple I like the most.
Karen and who?
Fernando.
She has the
who's
long
Karen?
hair. She has the very long straight hair. And she has the daughter. Yep. Two of them have daughters. Her name
is Karen, and her husband or to be fiance is Fernando. So let me refresh your memory. Karen is the one who smokes. Remember when they had that?
Karen, my bad. Oh, you like him the best?
That's
Karen's a little. She's. I like. Okay. She's very jealous. She puts way too much thing on him. Like, you're breaking up with her. You're breaking up with both of us. Don't break her heart. I'm like, you know what? Let the man. I like him. He needs a little work on his acne on his chest. I don't know if he's shaving, but it's really bad. Oh yeah, you missed that part.
Why not? I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah. I was like, damn, because he was changing his shirt one time and he had like acne all over it. I was like, we didn't need to see that. I like Willie and Francesca. I love Francesca.
No,
I love Francesca. Willie's the one who's afraid to. He's just terrified, and I like Francesca.
That's enough.
I like Francesca.
Okay.
Let's go with each one. Let's go each couple.
You gotta go through
Emma and Sylvia, and then you have Renee and Iris. Recycled their asses back to the fold. So let's start with, because Shahidah, you brought it up, Karen and Fernando. That's your couple. Why is it a couple?
So I don't know. I related to her a lot. It's especially with dealing with her daughter, her sexuality, how she relates to men. And I think she's gorgeous.
That's Karen. Yeah. Oh, she's hot. She's definitely hot.
Gorgeous. And no, I did not like the when she was in the pods, I didn't like her as much. But once she got out the pods, I liked her and him together way more. And that's how she became, my favorite. I didn't care for that much. And then she came out of the blue with that relationship because she was into the other guy and she told him about how, what she thought about sex, how she liked it, and I didn't like the way he shamed her.
Saul.
Yeah, I didn't like
and
the way
he made her feel bad. Yeah, I didn't like that either.
And I liked that she got up and walked away and said, "I don't want to speak to you anymore." He made it sound that she got like really, angry about it. She did not. She said it just, yeah, I don't like him. So she just said, I don't want to talk to you anymore and walked away. And that's what I liked about her. She was vulnerable. She said how she felt. And then to be a mother and to be in that position and to be, you don't have the room to be really, really sexual when you're a parent. Especially, I mean, she's putting it all out there on TV, but but then she's also trying to have a little bit of respect for herself or whatever. And then when he shamed her and she walked away, I like that. I was like glad, but I like them together as a couple. He's very understanding.
Yeah,
he seems to be mature.
Yep.
I was concerned about because I thought he was going to end up with what's her name, Isabel, or what's her name that came back with the Iris.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to end up picking her, which I'm
It
glad.
is, yeah.
Which I'm very glad she didn't. I can't wait till we get to them too. But no, I like them as a couple. I do think like that scene where she was asking Iris, "Well, you were in love with him." I didn't see that she was wrong. Maybe it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time, but she was.
And she didn't let it go either.
Right.
She dropped that bomb and then kept on going. I'm like, okay. And I like the fact that he was like, hey, I hear you, I understand you, but don't do that shit again in front of me because it involves me. And she was like, well, he's like, don't do that shit because it involves me. I will support you, but there's a time to let it go. And then I was like, good on them. And they worked it out.
And then she was like, I can say whatever I want to say. He was like,
right. Nuh-uh. Right.
No, ma'am. And I like that. But she was
and then she apologized to him afterwards.
Right. Yes. About what she said. Because if love is blind and you are constantly in this relationship, because that girl Iris was fighting for him hard, and everybody saw it. And then all of a sudden he dumped you, and then you just immediately you're in love with this other person that you hadn't spoken to since the experiment had started that very first day. So I loved it when she called her out on it.
Well, she got called out by his whole family. Was like, who are you? Who are you? And well, my brother isn't so and so, and the whole family could not stand her. She's sitting there like this. The whole family could not stand her.
I don't think it was her. I think it was the family. It doesn't matter. At this point, when I watched it, I was like, it doesn't matter who Renee was bringing. What are we talking about? We're talking about Iris, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was the family that...
It would have mattered who Renee brought to meet his family. They were still going to come with that strong-ass negative energy. They were absolutely awful. Awful.
But they also said, the mother also said, I don't like girls who are proper like that. She seemed like she was better than him because they seem like a very Mexican, regular, close-knit family. And the mother made a point of saying, I don't like people who are that kind of stuffy like that.
Has an air.
She has an air to it. And I think that's what the whole family picked up on. If they had if he brought a regular woman who was this and the other, they still may not have been for it, but they didn't like her. They didn't even give any of her a chance whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he knows. Look, he's a drunk and he spends his money,
And why you want to be with him, Maurice? You're not attracted to him. Your hair's messed up. You're dusty.
Please get into that part. Remember when he came out there and proposed to her? Is he gonna see that? Because she said it was nothing about him he liked, and she was not gonna go through it. The only reason I feel she is back in her show is because she wanted that airtime, and she knew that he really liked her.
Are you here because of you want to be back on TV? Or are 100%. You really here for him? Because there were so many negatives on that. When they walked out, when Iris and Renee walked out, and they were like, this is what I loved about Netflix Love is Blind Mexico, which needs to be universal or global, since we're doing Love is Blind in every goddamn country. If you walk out and you meet each other and you're not feeling each other, what I loved about this was she kept flapping her gums. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I don't like his looks, his earrings. He seems like a bad boy. He's not like financially responsible because he likes to piss his money away and travel and go to these shits. And what did the producer? All you heard was the producer say, "You two are no longer in the experiment. Goodbye."
But do you know why?
Because
why? Because because you're only allowed to have 5 couples, and they were the 6th couple. And then when the couple ended up breaking out of, that ended in the honeymoon, that stopped the honeymoon, that's when they added Iris back in with because you only get 5 couples.
What couple?
You only get 5. Letty and Saul. The guy you don't like, and
But now they're back.
No, they're not back as a couple though.
Yes, Letty and each other again because
he's talking about Iris and the doctor, that they're back.
Yeah, but Letty and Saul kind of
they're friends again. No, you're only allowed 5 people on the honeymoon. 5 couples. That's why I remember in Love is Blind Portugal, they had that random couple that came in later, and we didn't even see their story. That's because there's only 5 couples that they follow around at a time. Because I was saying to myself, "Oh, there's 6 couples." I'm like, somebody's not going to make it. And that's what happened with Iris and Medico. I like to call them. That's what happened with them. And when Saul and Letty fell out at the honeymoon, they needed another couple. So Medico and then came back to focus on 5 couples. I think that's a thing that they do.
So, okay, explain to me because I don't know if I fell asleep or I missed it, but that Letty and Saul, what did they fall out about?
Letty was not, he wants more affection. He wanted to be more affectionate with her. And she was like, "I'm slow that way. I don't like affection." He'd be like, "Let's touch hands." She's like, "No, I don't feel that way." And then he got drunk and he told everybody at the honeymoon, he's like, "She's not giving anything to me. I need affection. I need affirmation. And she's not doing anything." And then she was like, I don't like that. And they decided, to break up on the honeymoon. I really liked her too, but she wasn't ready for whatever it is to give. Yeah, she wasn't ready to. I liked her in the pods, but I didn't like her attitude of he was trying to be affectionate with her and not getting anything back from her.
If you're not ready to be affectionate with somebody that you just met, then why are you on this show?
Because exactly.
I respect you if you say, "Oh, we just met and I don't want to." Great. Well, then why are you on this show?
Why did you say yes to an engagement if you ain't trying to be?
But and then the same thing, I'm like, I was glad because you were out here sex shaming people. So you got what you wanted, somebody that you thought was, more proper. That proper didn't give you no hand job, nothing. So you know what?
Listen, we should have known that she wasn't giving up the cheeks or nothing when day 1 of the honeymoon into fucking Tulum, you roll out with your grandmama's goddamn fucking granny fucking pajamas. She had the pants, the long sleeve shirt, and I'm saying I was sweating from my ass. Like, bitch, it's like 9,000. It's going to be 9,000 degrees in Tulum, and I'm like,
she was not feeling it.
You actually fucking long sleeve, long legs, fucking pajamas. I'm packing a thong and a fucking brassiere, and that's it. Or I'm fucking going full on naked because it's hot, and I'm just.
I don't think she was attracted to him either. I don't think she was attracted to him either.
But she
I don't think she's attracted to him.
That's probably a lot to do with it, because I feel like if you're really attracted to somebody and you have this level of like, oh, I don't want to do that, but if you're gonna be like, I'm engaged, you're gonna roll with it,
or at least give him something that not yet though, but like, oh, I can't wait, but not yet. I can't. There's a difference between, I'd like to, but oh my God, stop, as opposed to no. She was like, no, I'm not that person. I'm kind of, he's like, everyone else is kissing. Can we kiss? Everyone else is fucking. Can you look at something?
Right.
She was not feeling it.
Not at all.
You know who's a tough cookie that I could, never and should not have been on the show? And why are you going to be on the show? Fernanda. With the dog.
Fernanda is I documented
with
it.
the dog.
She is the
with the dog.
She is the Ariella of Brazil.
The who?
Let's talk about that. She is the Ariella of Brazil. Fernanda, when she and Gerardo went and met her mother and brother, I was like, oh.
Martinini, whatever name. I like them. All the mothers will fly, by the way. All the mothers will fly.
Not all.
You didn't think all the mothers will fly?
Not all.
I was looking at women like, God, don't let me look like that.
Go ahead.
To our favorite mothers, but when
they went to visit the brother and the mother.
Went to visit his mother and all that. Oh no, her parents, her mother and her brother. And I was like, oh wow. When your own people, meaning your mother and your sibling, who should be the two closest people that know you the best, when the two of them are speaking in code to Gerardo, like, and her brother was like, oh, so yeah, she hasn't.
I never saw them getting married ever.
Right. And
he said, I didn't.
What did he say? He also said, I would like to tell you about some things, but if she hasn't told you, it's not my place to say anything.
Right.
And the sister was looking at him and the mother, and I'm looking her dead ass in her eyes, and I'm like, there's nothing there. Something happened to her with the father. This is where I'm thinking. The father died. Yep. There's some sort of trauma there with the father and her. You know where I'm trying to go with this, but I'm not going to say it. And
something happened.
Something happened between her and her daddy, and the shit was either swept under the rug, and now mommy and brother have been coddling this bitch all her life. And when they were like, well, this is what you're going to get. And then when the whole conversation about the dog and how she got so emotional about the dog, and he's
that's
like,
my child. Yeah. And if I can't have the dog outside, then that's a deal breaker. And he's like, bitch, I'm going to have to move from Monterrey to Mexico City for you. It's like, can we?
But he picked up right away when he said it in his confessional. He's like, oh, her brother said a lot, but he's very careful with his words. And I'm like, that girl has got trauma. She's like,
she got issues.
She's like Ariella in Brazil, when Ariella was losing her shit on old boy in Brazil, and the sister and the father. Remember, the sister, the father, and the brother was like, "Oh, she's your problem now."
Exactly.
They couldn't wait to put on Ariella off on that.
Exactly.
And now you've got Miss Thing.
Fernanda.
Yes, Fernanda over here. And then Fernanda didn't want to go to Sylvia's birthday party.
Right.
Right? And now she's acting a fucking hot mess. She's like, I just don't want to go. I don't want to do this. Bitch, you're engaged to a man. Don't go on a show looking for love, looking for a relationship, and then you find him.
Looking for marriage.
Yes. And then you find him, and now you're gonna get in your ass talking about, yeah, I'm not going to this. I'm not compromising, and I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that. And yeah, my dog is my child, and if you can't respect,
if you can't say goodnight to me, go to sleep and say goodnight to me or whatever, you're not considering my feelings. He's like, I went to sleep.
I remember.
He's like, I went to sleep. And she's like, yeah, because you're not considering. He's like, was I considering you when I asked you if you wanted coffee or when I did this or when I did that? He's like, but you're not being considered. I was like, okay, woof. He's got a lot of women on his hands to deal with.
No.
And he saw the redhead, Martha, whatever is Maritha, whatever, and he was like, you know.
And he kept saying when Martha showed up and they were talking, he was like, it would have to happen when,
and she's not here.
And he,
but you got to respect.
You got to respect. You got to respect that he kept his head.
Because he also knew that Francesca was there and was going to tell him every fucking thing that went on.
That's right.
Because you see the look on her face when she moved in, she walked in, she was like, that fucking, I don't like her. This and that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she's like, Fernanda's my best friend. And I'm like, that bitch ain't your best friend. First of all, you just met her like 3 weeks ago. I'm not calling you my best friend.
Now, I love Fernanda and Willie. I think Fernanda's my favorite woman, Francesca. I think Francesca is my favorite woman on the thing. She's mature. She's with that guy, Willie, who, here, let me show you. She's with that guy, Willie. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
I like her. She's my favorite.
Confused.
She's stupid.
Okay, yeah, the one who she has the daughter, and
she has the daughter.
The panic attack. I do like her, but I just think she should have let him go when he said he wanted to go.
When he started showing
when he wanted to what?
When he wanted to leave, I think she should have let him leave.
No, but I think he's just scared, and he also made the transition after the family called him out on it too. That he's just not communicative. She said, I thought it was just me, and the whole family was like, nah, because all the girls and his sisters and her were in cahoots with him going, yeah, he's not a communicative person. And when he had all the friends over, and he was like, I've learned to open up myself now. I've learned this, that, and the other. He's just fucking terrified from being on his own for so much. Yeah. And he needs a woman like her to be like, okay, we're going to keep doing this. Because I think he really likes her, but he's just fucking terrified.
Yeah.
And he doesn't communicate, so he's learning to communicate.
I agree, because his friend said they had not seen him this happy that he's seen one day. And I'm like, I'm hoping so. But I think when he really flipped out, and I mean, that was a hard scene to watch. I mean, I really felt for both of them, more so her, when he invited the friends over and he said, I've decided I just can't do this. And he does. He just seemed, but he knew that in the pods, before he got to the pods, he was saying that he was just not that guy. He could never get past that second step. But it's like, don't waste this woman's time. If you are not going to be into it. And then plus two, she has a child. So you're not just getting her, you're getting this child. That's why I said she probably should have just let him go, because I don't know if 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line, he's not there yet. I don't think he's there yet.
But the thing about it, he's just scared. I think she recognizes in him that he's just really scared, but he is a nice man. He's this, that, and the other. He's making changes. It's just hard for him to let it go. I don't blame her to keep trying with Willie. I think they could do it, because I really think he cares about her.
I think he does. But did you see how hurt she was? That I wouldn't put myself through that again. I would not.
No.
That's a lot. And then I'm saying, okay, I'm going to invite you into my family with my children. So not only am I opening myself up even more, I'm opening you up to this one child that I have. You have to prove. I would hope that both of them say, we can't get married today, but we can maybe work and build, because I do think that they could have something.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be able, I couldn't say if I was her, I would trust him. I would not trust him right now.
Right. I get that.
Gone. If it was me and if I had a child, he would have been gone. Because, sir, I'm raising one child. I'm not here to coddle you as a whole ass, grown ass man. I'm not here to coddle you and raise you up to be the man that you should be. You signed yourself up for this experiment. You should have known what you was getting yourself into. You have seen it. Love is fucking blind. Everybody has seen it. It's fucking global. Even her daughter has seen it.
But you can't take away his fear, though. That's the problem. Once he's confronted with the woman or the thing.
No, he's a grown ass man. She shouldn't have to be sitting there having to coddle him and work with him. I don't want a man. This is what I was saying when she was talking to him, and when she was sitting there crying on the couch, and he's talking about, I've made my decision, I'm out. And then the other couple was there, Gerardo and Fernanda were there, and they were like doing the whole, well, what about the ship or the sailboat or whatever? Fuck your fucking analogies at this point. We are fucking whole ass adults. If this man has made his decision on the couch to me and you two, I'm out. I'm gone. Bro.
All based out of fear. It's not what he truly means.
No.
It's not what he truly means.
I get it that
it's
he's
not what he
fearful.
means, though.
No, I get it that he's fearful, but at the end of the day, that's his problem. She should not have to worry about mothering a fucking man-child.
Then why has she stayed with him? There must be something there. There must be something there if he stayed with him.
That's all I said. When I watched it, I was like, bitch, you stupider than a fucking sack of rocks, because I ain't sitting here with a whole ass child. I'm not bringing my child into this fucking debauchery. Fuck that. If you can't get your
all the children are great. All the kids are fantastic kids. They're respectful. There was not, all this.
Today, it's the mothers that are just, it's like, what the fuck? Get your shit together. Don't bring this broken man into your fucking fold. Period. End of story. I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to raise a fucking man-child. That's your parents.
So who?
I get that he is fearful. And you could go into something like this, a game, and you're like, I'm ready to get married. I want to do this. And then when reality slaps you in the face, it's like a punch. It's like a punch.
Yeah.
And I get that he's like, you know what? I get the panic attacks or whatever. And I'm giving him grace on that. I really, truly am. I just don't think that she should wholly trust it yet and just maybe hold off on the marriage part and just.
Oh, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think there's a foundation there. He just needs to get his act together and past his fear, because I think it could really work with both of them. I think it could work. But yeah, she should be cautious of like, all right, motherfucker, I know you're scared, but make improvements. But what I'm saying, what made the difference for me is when he was with his friends and his friends were like, he's fucking scared. Basically, they're like, he's never opened up to anybody. He's really just learning how to, you've totally changed him. And he's like, she's changed me for the better. I think he's getting over his fear, and I think he will ask her to marry him, and we'll see what she says. You're right. I don't mind saying hold off, but I think he's going to ask her. I think he's going to get past that and ask her.
Say yes
I think he's going to say yes, and she should have the option to say no, or we'll see.
I think she should say no.
I agree with that, but I think he's past that. Yes, that's what I agree. So I think. Go ahead. What?
Badass apartments. Those badass apartments. Those apartments were beautiful.
Yeah, they're nice.
Had them. Not the little apartments that they had for the show. I'm talking about their real apartments. Those men had some good apartments.
Willie's house was absolutely top notch.
It was.
Yeah. Them apartments
at the long time. I was like,
yeah, them Netflix apartments. I was like,
that's no. Those were saying nothing. Those
homes that them people was having, like Willie and Chema and all of them. I was like, okay, y'all doing the.
Oh, we haven't even talked about Chema yet.
Oh, let's get Chema and Sylvia. We already know that's going to be a L to the no.
You got a picture? Got a picture? Because I'm like,
yeah. Sylvia's the curvy model. Sylvia's the tall, curvy model, and Chema is the slick guy who's I don't like. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I think Sylvie's very sweet, but she's not into him at all. But also the way he talked about her, that's Sylvie. The way he talked about her in front of the other people.
You don't think?
Well, I think she's into him, but she knows when he said, "Oh, the first time I saw you walking out, I didn't like your fucking eyebrows. I didn't like your dress. I didn't have eyelashes. Your eyelashes. I didn't like your dress." Yeah. And she's like, "Really, in front of everybody else, you're gonna like make me?" But he never said, "But she's beautiful, and I love her the way she is." He never even came back at that. So I'd be like, "Fuck you, Chema. Fuck you, whatever." And remember, his boy was like, "Yeah, he really likes skinny girls. This is a change for him." Yeah. But so I could see them just having fun for the time being when they're on the honeymoon and just, hanging out, but they're not going to make it because I think she likes him, but he's an asshole.
He's a pompous fuck. He thinks his shit don't stink, and he says what he said what he said because he could. And she sat there with her mouth shut because I tell you right now, if she always talks like she's this and that and so self-confident, whatever. If that was a real self-confident and if that was me and Chema was my man, and you fix your mouth to talk about what you don't like about me on my birthday
in front of other people,
all our friends around, that you didn't even. We've already been on a honeymoon or like a fucking, what do you call it, engagement moon, and we've had these opportunities to have these discussions, and you wait until my birthday with all our friends around. And then you get all smug. He puffed his. This was what the fuck I assessed this motherfucker. He puffed his chest out, and he's like, "Well, I didn't like her eyebrows or eyelashes. I didn't like the dress she was wearing. I thought that he just literally eviscerated her entire look when they had the reveal." And she's sitting there, but and you're right, Chris. He never once said, but. She's a great woman. I'd still be salty if you fucking.
Where he gets it from? His mother. Where he gets it from? His mother. His mother was a fucking bitch. The mother was like, "Don't you have another fucking job? Being a model, that's going to be a job. Okay, whatever." She's like, I don't see it. I was like, "Woof." No wonder. I was like, "No wonder."
Can I say one thing about Sylvie? She definitely does not have the confidence. She has said it many times in a whole bunch of words that she doesn't because, she's like, "I know I'm not that type. I know I'm not this. I know I'm not that," or whatever. Even though she's a model, she's always prefacing it with something else that kind of takes away. And she's a great looking girl. I didn't even see her as that big, but she's taller than him. She is taller than him, even with slippers on. She's kind of like hovering a little bit over him. But I think she's kind of in it to think that she will get him. But I don't think she has the confidence to say no. She's gonna say yes because she wants.
I don't think she's gonna say it because when she said, she called him out on the birthday. She's like, I can't believe you did that. And he was like, what? I mean, no, I was just saying. And then I could see her being resigned to the fact of like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm going to be nice because it's my birthday, but fuck you, motherfucker. And he was like, what?
Birthday. Her whole attitude towards him, I didn't get any type of rejection from her. I got, she's gonna.
No, I think they're friends. I think there's going to be friends. They can be friends, and that's it. Or she's waiting for, but she knows he's not going to say yes. She knows he's not going to ask her. She knows that. So they're going to probably have her go first. Maybe. I would hope they would have her go first to see what he says, but it doesn't really make a difference because both of them will say no. Both of them are definitely going to say no. So let's look at the assessment. I think they're going to go say no. What do you think about them? Yes or no? Let's go through each couple. Yes or no?
I'm confident that. So we're talking about Chema and Sylvia. I'm not confident that Sylvia's going to say no. It's going to depend on who goes first.
Yeah, I'm not confident that she's going to say no either.
I'm pretty sure that Chema's going to say no. And when the reality hits him in the face, because when they did the whole, the gown and the suit shopping, and he was all feeling. I think for Chema, it's all about him. Chema loves him. Chema loves Chema.
Wait till she looks at me when I'm in this. That's what he said. Remember, he said, "Wait till she sees me in this."
But also another reason he's going to say no is because everybody around him is saying, that's not your type. That's not your type. So he's never going. And because he, like you said, Chris, he didn't come right out and be like, I might not have liked the thick eyelashes, but she was banging or she was beautiful or something. He doesn't see her as an equal to him in looks.
No.
So I don't think he's going to say it just because of the people around. Now, if the people around him was like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, she's a model. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Then his attitude would be a little bit different. But because everybody is saying no, even the guys who are in the pod with him are saying, oh, I didn't expect you to have that type of girl. Like she got a fucking hole in her middle of her head or something.
But he's saying she's a big bitch. I said, he's a big bitch. Now I'm gonna have to deal with. That's what he was saying.
That's what he should have said. And I think he was saving face when she went
like this. I thought she was gonna be the reveal like this. She was gonna go like this. Oh, hi, Chema.
Sir.
Is he a little guy?
He's right. Because at the end of the day, I think when he saw her in the reveal, he was caught up in the moment and he was just doing the most. Chema is about Chema. Chema's about his perception of what people see of him. So he's not going to show his ass. And he keeps talking about his daughter is everything to him. But you would have thought if he was really into Sylvia, like he claims to be, everybody else had the kids, Sylvia would have met fucking Antonella, or that's her name, Antonella, whatever. She would have made a point to have her show up with his brother and his mother, or did a private thing with just the three of them at the apartment, and gone from there. He ain't bringing that child around her because he is not serious about her. He said it.
Yeah.
My child is my everything.
But just because he said that doesn't mean it's the truth either. So.
If I choose,
because he never mentioned it in the first place. Remember?
Huh?
In the pods, he didn't mention it in the pods at all. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way," and everyone's like, no one knew you had a.
He didn't lead with that, and that's why. Yeah, I'm not getting that. Like
he's there for the show. He's there to be Chema.
He's there for the clout. He's there for the fucking clout. He ain't
Karen and Fernando.
All right, so Karen.
I think they're gonna say yeah.
I think Karen and Fernando are gonna say yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. You know even though she's jealous.
I will give Karen this. Karen made it very clear to him with regard, don't play on my child. If you don't, and that's why I think they're gonna make it. Because if he shows up at the wedding they're going to say yes. Because she made it very clear to him. If you don't, she was like, take me out of the fucking equation. If you have no intention of saying yes, don't show up. Because you're not going to hurt my child. So if he shows up and still says no, he's a piece of shit. Because if it was me, if I decided I wanted to be if I was Fernando and the female version of Fernando and the man that I'm with has a child and he's like, don't play with my kid. Fuck me, but don't play with my kid's emotions. If you have no intention of saying yes, don't show up. And if in my head, I was like, I don't think I want to say yes, I'm going to sit my ass right at home and I'm going to let him sit there by himself at the altar.
And it wasn't because, like you said, it wasn't because of her. And it won't be because of him if the girl is upset. She's only going to be upset because you embarrassed her mother or you didn't go through a promise with her mother. And that's what she's saying to him. So I did like that she said that, because that's, would you even want to invite your kid to that wedding? But you can't not have your kid at your wedding.
Not when she's part of the show. Like if you're gonna pull a Chema and say, this bitch, Sylvia ain't gonna meet my child, then that's one thing. You could show up to the wedding and not your child ain't involved, but Karen and who's the other one, Francesca, that has the kid. You've already brought your children. You've already introduced your children into this series. So now they have to show up at the wedding. That's why.
So you give that a what? So they're both going to say yes, right?
I think so.
I give that a yes. Thumbs up. Yes.
Sorry, Fernanda and Gerardo. That's a tough one.
Fernanda and Gerardo. Okay, who's Gerardo again?
The dog. Gerardo's a tall beard guy, musician.
And Fernanda. Fernanda is the one that I said earlier that I think she's got
with the dog.
Something happened to her dad.
Issues.
And her mother and her brother keep coddling her.
So what do you think? I'm on the fence because I think she's crazy, but he seems to be like in it.
A little bit.
Yeah, he seems.
He's trying to work with it. He's like, I'm gonna try to work with this. Let me try to work with him. Let me see what I can work with.
Because I was rooting for the redhead. I thought she was too. Gorgeous. I thought she was she was gorgeous. Yeah. I was rooting for her, but
Fernanda's hard. She's hard. Fernanda's really just harsh and hard and like, oh come on, you can climb this thing. Don't stop climbing. Oh, it really makes a difference when someone gives up on climbing. And it was like, this climbing is your thing. I just climbed with you because you asked me, the four of us, to climb.
It was not even the climbing thing. It was, he was in bed sleeping and listen, if you want to get up at the crack of ass and do your little workout in the living room, that's on you. But what you ain't going to do is raise me out of my fucking bed. And then he's sitting there.
Come on, let's go work.
She was giving him no grace. She was like, he's sitting there and she's like, I'll hold your ankles and you do the sit-ups. He's like, I can't do this. And she's like, come on.
What did he say afterwards though? What did he say afterwards? He's like, oh, it was a good workout and my day went
She's a good trainer.
Yeah, but no, he was saying he felt much better.
I think he was full of shit. He just said what
she wanted. He's in it, So for me, I'm not. If you work out and you want to do that, and you want to ask me if I want to go, and if I say no, leave me the fuck alone. But if I say yeah, then you go, you hard on me or whatever. But I didn't like the way she did it. But he went with it.
She wants to be alone. She wants to be independent, and if you can't fit into her what she needs with the dog park, because my dog is my son, and he's like, I look at the dog as a dog. A dog is not a dog. A dog's my child, and if I can't, whoa, Fernanda, whoa.
To wrap up wrap up Mexico and get to UK because we're already almost at an hour, so we get another 30 minutes.
So I think who do you think? What do you think about them?
Who?
I think they're gonna make it.
I think she's gonna.
I think he's gonna.
I don't think they're gonna make it, but I think who's gonna ask first? He's going to say yes, she's going to say no? Or is she going to say yes and he's going to say no? Or are they both going to say no?
If she says yes, either way, he's going to say no. Because I think something's, the next episode, something's going to come out and he's going to see her.
This is like a lot of drama.
You saw, she said, fuck you, motherfucker. Did you see that? So, but you know how they try to get you. They try to trick you.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the previews leading up to the new 1 through episodes, I saw Ida East in a dress. I'm like, well, who's that bitch marrying? And that's how they came. The next, we find out it's Medico who came in, Renee. I don't know. So that's them.
Before we move on, do you really think this man believes that this woman wants him?
Who? Gerardo and Frando?
Oh, Iris man.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. You avoided me in the pods and you didn't speak to me for those days. Then you came back after I asked you to marry me 2 weeks later and said that you want to be together. And everybody is telling you that she was into this dude. There's no way you can believe this woman wants you.
He's like this all the time. He's like kind of.
Is he drunk?
He's like, yes, right? He must be or something. And the family, as I said, the family hates her and hates the whole thing. So is he going to go? And she remember the sister's like, well, you're going to do whatever you're going to do anyway. I was like, oh, God. Ooh.
Show up. That's her child. But the father was like, no, the sisters are on the fence. But, and I hope that.
But he seems to be into her. He's hugging on her and kissing on her.
Way too many times.
I think he's caught up in the moment.
What moment?
In the moment. I think he's caught up in the moment of being a man of a certain age in his profession, and he's like, let's, I'm ready. No, he ain't ready to do nothing. The man is financially irresponsible. The man doesn't have a bank account. He pisses his money away, traveling, partying, and
so why is she so into it?
Here's the thing. I would have stood up. Here's what I would have done. If I was Iris sitting with his family, first of all, I don't give a fuck who you are. You ain't gonna talk to me any old way. And I don't give a fuck how much I love this man. Your people are not going to talk to me in that tone. I would have unhinged my man's hand and I would have been like, boo-boo, this ain't gonna work. I'm out. Fuck all your couches. I'm fucking moving on. But when his sisters, he is financially irresponsible, travels the world, goes to these clubs, and he's a drunk, and he takes care of his sisters financially. That's why them 2 bitches was all fucking stank when they were like, because their fucking faces, their eyeballs was like, oh, wait a minute. Now this new bitch is in the picture? And now he ain't going to be giving us the money for us to do whatever we do? Because that mother made it clear to her.
He dotes on his sisters.
Spoils his sisters to a fault. And every girl that he's been with, every girlfriend that he's had, has gotten jealous because he dotes and doo-doos over his sisters. And they can't take it. And they break up with him. Who's the problem on that one? It's him. That you can't be man enough to be like, you know what? I'm in a relationship. I'm in love with this woman. Sorry, sisters. I can't fucking sponsor your asses at the club anymore. Because that's what he's doing. They're probably going.
He has a good job. She's a lawyer. The older one.
So what? Who knows?
Like they're broke. I don't know what the younger one does. She seemed like she might be the person.
At the end of the day, he's a doctor. He's a doctor who has no money. He makes his money, but he pisses his money away. So she's a lawyer. His sister's a lawyer.
But why does she like him? Why he's faking that she's what? Why is she faking like she likes him then? Why did she like him in the first place? She don't like him.
She said
be
it.
On the show.
Yeah. And to come back 2 weeks later and be like, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm still wearing the ring. She wants to be on the show. I wonder if the producers actually went to her when the other couple dropped out and said, hey.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
come back or whatever. I mean, and they're all cuddled up and, you know, everything. I haven't seen a sex scene between them, but they're all cuddled up. But I'm not buying her at all. And just like, you know, Karen called her out, being the Karen that she is, she called her out. There's no way that you went from loving this person. But you could tell in the pods that her goal was to be on TV. In the pods.
To find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
To find somebody.
Right, UK? Are we done with Mexico?
So I think that's it, right? Fernando and Karen, Fernanda, Chema, Martha, Sylvie. UK?
Yeah, where are we at for time? How long are we in now?
We can go as long as we want, but we are at an hour.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep it going long. That usually kills us.
So 30 minutes. 30 minutes for UK. Maybe or 15 because there's only 4 episodes.
Or do you want to wait till the next episodes come out April 13th? They're coming out this week, and then we can talk about it next weekend.
Let's do the first 4.
Okay.
I have questions.
Go.
All right. The couples are Steven and Sabrina, Bobby and Jasmine, Ollie and Demi, Tom and Maria, Catherine and Freddie. Then we have the other couple.
Benaya.
Nicole and Sam, who Nicole dumped Benaya, went with Sam, but they didn't go on the honeymoon because Nicole finally realized that Sam is a fucking fraud. That's
what I wanted to talk about because why do you okay?
Demi? You talking about Demi?
No, let's go.
Who are you talking about?
Go with Nicole and Sam first.
Nicole and Sam. When he saw her, and you know he went up to her or whatever, and he gave her the hug. You're beautiful or whatever. But in the interview, he was just like, I don't care what anybody else says. She's beautiful. That did not it hit me all the wrong way. But then when he was just like, oh, something was just off, I think it was her blackness that was just off.
Could be, but
I don't think he was expecting a black woman.
What turned me off?
I don't think he was either.
No, what turned me off with Sam is that he was playing with Nicole and playing. I forgot who the other woman was. And
that's Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, he looks cheesy.
But
he's full of shit.
The other woman basically told Sam, he was talking to Nicole and another woman, and the other woman told him it's just not working.
Catherine.
It was Catherine.
Wasn't it Catherine?
It was Catherine that basically told him, yeah, I'm not whatever. Yeah, you're not it for me, dude. And
because he's full of shit.
He was beside himself. And then he went back to the men's quarters, and then it was like an epiphany with him as he's sulking about Catherine. He had this epiphany, like, wait a minute, I've got Nicole. I love her. Right. He started professing his love for her. And then when he started talking to her, and then when he had the reveal with her, and then he's like, I'm just a boy looking for a girl.
Trust me. If you have to keep saying to someone, trust me, you got to trust me. Trust me. You got to trust me. He says that so much. He's so insecure. He is so insecure because he acted like it was a competition. When he got rejected by one, he's like, no, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with somebody. You know what, Nicole, I'm going to get you. You got to trust me on this. It's going to be great. We're going to be great together. And remember, a couple times he said things like this. He's like, if we get married, I'm like, bitch, you're fucking engaged. He keeps saying if, and if. He's never like, you are the one. He's like, trust me. I just want someone to love me. And I was like, Nicole, girl, run, girl. You in trouble, girl. You in danger, girl.
What's his name? Benaya?
Benaya?
Yeah. When he told her, First of all, I know you could have read it like, okay, he's just in competition and he wants me too, but you had a connection with him from the start, right? You had and then he comes with, I feel like, I shouldn't tell you this or whatever, but you don't know this man. You don't know either one of them. But if one comes to you and tells you this person is in it just to be on TV and he does not have good intentions, and you already know he was really trying to talk to somebody else, and even she was in your ear, she should have listened. And seeing her not listen, and then afterwards go to Benaya and says she made a mistake. If he said that, and so he hasn't answered her yet, but if he says yes to her, he's stupid.
No. Because here's the thing. I get where she's coming from. Because at the end of the day, this is a reality TV show.
Right. I get where she's coming from.
You've not seen these men. And it literally, when Benaya was conflicted whether or not he was going to say anything to her. And even when he was speaking to her and trying to tell her, I could see he was like, I was getting the feeling like he's about to throw up.
He was. He didn't want to do it.
But I get where she's coming from, where she's like, okay, I have this. She thinks she has this connection with Sam. But now and she has this connection with Benaya. And now here comes Benaya with this. Now, is Benaya being a hater? I'm trying to give Nicole.
But the other women were saying the same thing as Benaya.
Yeah. That Paul's full of shit.
I get that. But as a woman, she's like, well, I don't know. And I'm just glad that the light bulb went off in her head when I was watching the reveal, and he said he pulled that fucking Notting Hill fucking movie line. Motherfucker, stop fucking quoting.
Well, she was into him until he was not into her.
Boy trying to find a girl to love, and I was like, queer. That's stupid.
He was into it.
No, she wasn't into it when he put the wrong finger. When he fucking pulled that ring
out. Attention. That means nothing. She didn't leave him. He left her. He left her.
But you could see the feeling on her face of like, oh, I think I fucked up when she saw it. And he kept saying, trust me. And as he's walking away, he's like, if we get married, it's going to be great. If we get married, if you just propose to someone, you're going to say, will you marry me? I mean, if we get married. Immediately. And then she's like, you know what? She's like, you're right. And then she realized that, she finally realized it, but she didn't realize she was into it when he was talking all that shit and said no to Benaya, which was dumb. She fell for that motherfucker because he's, trust me.
I'm just saying, I agree with everything you said, Tanya. I'm just saying from Benaya's point of view, you have not proved anything to me. I don't trust you at this point. So you were just ready to marry somebody else, and now you're going to come back and I accept your apology, but that's about as far as we can go.
I agree with you on that one.
Right. Your second choice.
No.
I think
no.
I think with Benaya, I'm going to be honest with you. Here's the thing. I don't think Benaya is going to go for it. Or I think Benaya is going to listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get her out. He's going to tell her, he's going to be brutally honest with her as far as how it pained him. He's going to explain to her how it pained him to have to tell her in the pods that this motherfucker wasn't it. And then I think that he's going to be like, no, I can't move forward with it. I'll be surprised if he does, because
that's not what the preview says. The preview says they go through with it.
I'm looking at it with men in their egos. Men with their egos, I'm thinking he's probably going to be like, most men will probably be like, well, you dumped me for that, brother. And I'm having a conversation.
Remind you, he hasn't seen her either.
Except for when he meets up with her. That would be his first time.
Right. Yeah. That'd be the first time. So, and who knows that with that chemistry? That'll be interesting to see. That'd be interesting. But I like Benaya. I don't know if she's good for him, but I like Benaya. She's kind of like, I think, just caught up in Paul's. That motherfucker is fake as shit.
I did like her, and it's easy for somebody. I see, but Benaya was her day one. They hit it off very, very early. Then Sam came in there and just kind of loved bombed her, I guess. I'm just using that loosely. And she was like, oh, so my thing is, you had this person from day one that you had a connection with. This person comes out of nowhere. Everybody tells you that, you know what, this guy's not in it for the real thing. And you still went with the person that came in late, and blew everything up with somebody that you had from day one. To me, if I'm him, absolutely no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. So as far as decisions with Benaya and Nicole, I'm going to think that Benaya is going to respect himself, I hope, and says, I think you're great, but I'm taking myself out of this equation. But again,
I think Benaya's going to say yes.
Brand and marketing, I don't know what that is, but you're the head of brand and marketing?
Benaya?
No, her.
Oh, Nicole. Yeah.
Like, you didn't use your skills at all with this one. At all.
Remember, this is her second marriage too.
Oh, goddamn. No way. She's stupid.
And she has the mentality. She's coming into it with the mentality like she wants this marriage to be the last and only marriage. Like, she fucked up in the beginning. So now she's like, the first marriage she fucked up with. So this marriage, she wants to be
Deuces out. Right. Who else you want to?
Who else? Go ahead. I mean, go ahead. Who else?
Bobby and Jasmine, and Bobby with Mr. Ears.
I'm trying to get her picture.
Jasmine was the hot. This is Jasmine. Look, Jasmine.
I didn't really have.
Yeah.
And then Bobby had the ears. And Bobby had the ears. Remember?
Yeah. I didn't have a real strong reaction to them one way. It's only 4 episodes. So there's only 2 couples I really had really strong well, 3, because
that's why I wanted to just get this one out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like her. I think she's superficial. I like him, but I think it's actually going to work out with the 2 of them.
Yeah.
But I think she's superficial.
He works on a cruise ship, or he does like a concierge thing. I think he said on a cruise ship, and he's always gone.
Yeah, and he wants to get off of it.
I don't know, but he wants to get off on it. But here's the thing: I don't know if that's going to work. I think she is too, like you said, Chris, too superficial. She's going to be expecting
superficial,
and he's not going to be able to afford her lifestyle. That's it. The next one we had was Ollie and Demi, which we already know that ain't gonna work.
Really?
Why?
I love them. I'm here for them.
I'm here for them, but I don't know if it's gonna be tough.
Your favorite couple, but I don't think it's.
In all the previews, you don't see them acting a fool like everybody else.
I saw the preview.
That's what I was looking for.
I saw the preview,
and he says
she's like,
they're on the honeymoon already.
What do you want to do?
And he's like, he doesn't mind. He's like, she's got curves in all the right places, so she's insecure about her weight, but he seems to be okay with it. That was it went out of the way. I think they can make it.
She cleaned up nicely because remember she's in a hoodie, she's in her sports gear or whatever, but she said, let me do. She did her hair, her makeup was on point, that dress was nice.
I'm telling you.
Came out, he was like, damn. Unlike dude in Mexico, he's from the jump, he says she is fine.
Yeah. I am standing for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm standing for them. And they make it. There's something in my gut that is like something's about to pop off with them two. That he's going.
But what would it be?
I just think he's just going to realize he's just not that attracted to her like that. I'm just telling you.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but I'm definitely rooting for them. He seemed like he was into her.
It's going to show. It's going
yeah,
to
and they're like buddy. They're like boys, and they're like boys. He's like, that's my girl, and whatever. But she's still a little insecure about the weight. But once she lets go of that, she's like, okay, I like her. I think she's very sweet, and I like him too. I like him.
Both of them.
I'm rooting for them.
He was. The thing that made me think that he wasn't going to pick her, I really thought he was going to go for one of the white women. And but his whole vibe is not a white woman vibe. It was definitely he wanted a black girl. You could tell his vibe. Yeah. I mean, if he had connected with somebody or whatever, but that wasn't his soulmate.
Even he says about Catherine, he's like, it's more sexual, where Demi's like my girl.
Exactly.
And I think he wants, that's why he chose, or, he said no to Catherine. And Catherine's like, well, no, too. Yeah. But I can't wait to see him see Catherine. And to see what that's like.
I think that's going to be problematic, and I'm waiting for it. Can't wait.
See.
Oh, you all thought that Catherine is cuter than Demi?
Absolutely not.
He may think so.
Oh, I don't think
He may think so.
Yeah, he might think so.
I
mean, I'm not saying
she's in shape.
But her vibe is just the white, very, very Becky. And it's like, I don't think he likes
it. It is very Becky.
Just like he said, Catherine is the woman that I would always normally go for, because we're having this lustful, like the conversation, the banter back and forth. I feel lust for her. Like, and I guarantee you, when he said that, I was doing the visuals, and I'm like, if we're in a club, and here comes Ollie.
That's Ollie.
Here comes Ollie, and here comes Demi, and here comes Catherine. If Catherine was in the club with her girls, and Demi's in the club with her girls, he's going to go with Catherine.
Yeah, I believe that's Demi.
Because here's how this works. Demi is going to be that rah-rah girl that's going to play her position, get her.
And that's Catherine.
Catherine's going to get her drink and be like Nino Brown in New Jack City with that whore at the bar that was drinking her drink and was like, New Jack City, all up in his face. That would be Catherine. And poor Demi would be in the corner drinking her drink with her girls like, he's so cute, but he'll never look at
thought Catherine's voice was extremely annoying. Extremely annoying.
Yeah.
Let's not get into the vocals of it, because for the longest time, I used to have this love affair with British accents, and now I'm just like, ew.
It depends on where, though. There's different accents.
Right. I like Tom. I like Tom's little accent. Tom's like, let's talk about Tom. So I don't know about. So Ollie and Demi, I think they're gonna make it. I think they can make it. I think they're gonna make it.
Make it. I'm just gonna.
Connie says no. So Catherine, and my man, who he's my man with the ripped dude, the really nice funeral director. She hit the jackpot because he's a nice guy. He's the guy who's ripped. Catherine, who's ripped. The funeral director.
What's his name? Oh, Freddie. The funeral director.
Freddie.
I'm trying to get with his look.
Freddie.
I remember him.
I got you. Right here.
Freddie.
This guy. Look, here you go.
Oh my God. Praise Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah.
Remember him in the pool? In the pool, he's like ripped up, and she's like, sex. She's like, Mom, don't listen. And she's like, why wouldn't you have sex with him? Look at him. She is in, and he's like a nice dude. He must be a serial killer or something, like American Psycho or something, because he's too perfect. He's too perfect because he's a nice guy. He's a funeral director. He makes money. He's sweet to her, and he's not. He looks fucking great, but he's not like, you know what I mean? I like him a lot. He gave me no. That's what I'm afraid of. That he didn't give me any kind of thing that I'm like, okay, but why are you so perfect? Because you are like everyday's man, but looking like that. And she hit the jackpot. She in love with him. I think she may be a little too superficial for him. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know about them. I think that's a toss up. But she's happy.
My thing is like, I just don't feel anything for them yet. I haven't gotten to the point where I don't dislike her. I don't dislike him. I don't like them either. So it's just like, okay, whatever you decide to do. So I'm not invested.
I look forward to see what happens between them because I like Freddie. I'm not fond of Catherine, but I like me some Freddie. I like him.
What do you think of Steven?
I like
him too. I like that dude, Steven. Who's he with?
I like Steven's
backstory. It was the first couple. It was the first couple. What's her name?
Her name is Sabrina. When he confided in her, this is when I always liked Steven, but I really liked Steven when he was vulnerable with her.
Sabrina.
Talking about his ex-girlfriend. She has bad teeth.
I love them.
I like them. I think he's going to be in it for the long haul, and I think she's going to be in it. I think the only thing that's going to come between them is their people, like his family and friends or her family and friends, because she is in Ireland and he's in the UK. But
why is everybody?
I wanted to see Charlotte. I don't know why they didn't show Charlotte. I was waiting on Charlotte.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I'm surprised they didn't have her in the forefront.
And look at Shirley. We didn't see Shirley.
We saw her. Well, we saw her in the but yeah. So it was only 4 episodes in, so there's a lot of personality that's going to come out. Because, like I said, because I only have really opinions on those 2 couples because they had the most drama, in my opinion. Even though that Demi and thing didn't have drama, I just was rooting for them because I liked them together.
I think Sabrina and Steven are going to be really good together.
Sabrina,
I think that's going to, and Steven. I like the 2 of them. They look good together.
That I wasn't quite feeling yet. I can't, and I don't have any big opinion on him yet. So we'll see in the next couple of episodes from me who I like. Other than, I just don't see it right now.
Look at that. How Demi and Ollie kissed each other. That's how you kiss someone who's going to be your fiance. And this is the look that she had when she saw Sam. That's a perfect look. She's like, who are you? Trust you? Okay. Thank you for the ring on the wrong finger.
Does not have good I can't say that, not cognitive skills, but she obviously does not know how to pick men. Because you literally had what I thought was a good man right there. And you said, you know what? I want to see what it's like behind door number 2. You effed it all up. And I didn't even realize that this would be her 3rd marriage. That's insane.
Oh, I didn't know she was married twice.
Catherine?
She was married twice?
No, I thought she was only married. This would be her 2nd marriage.
No, this is her 2nd marriage.
If I misunderstood when you said she was married twice.
No, this is her 2nd.
Okay.
Her 2nd marriage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my opinion.
But I like Steven and Sabrina. Maria and Tom. What do you think about Tom?
Again, I haven't been able to really.
It's giving me UK Riot.
Maria's a pretty Moroccan girl. Remember her?
Yeah,
And I don't like Tom for her. Tom is giving me UK Riot vibes that he'd be right in the streets right now. They're taking our jobs. They're taking our everything. And here he is confessing his love for Maria the Muslim. I don't like it.
Yeah,
He almost picked Natasha.
Yep.
Remember her?
Natasha cried her eyeballs out over him.
Who lost 70 pounds, by the way.
Natasha.
That's crazy.
She lost 70 pounds to look like that.
Good for Natasha.
But I like Maria. Maria's pretty.
I like her.
And Tom.
We will see.
That's it. That's all the couples. Yeah. Sabrina and Steven, Maria and Tom. I don't know if that's going to work. Demi and Ali, Jasmine and Bobby, Nicole and Sam, and Catherine and Freddie. Okay.
That's a lot. So
we'll see.
When Mexico come on?
13th. The 13th is the new episodes of 13. And then the new
day.
And then UK is what? Wednesday, the 14th?
Wednesday, the
I don't know.
Love is Blind. New episodes August 14th for Love is Blind UK.
So Tuesday
and Wednesday. So they're putting them back to back. Okay.
So I'm excited. So
and then Love is Blind.
Love is Blind UK comes on and they have more than one episode. I hope it's like a couple of episodes.
I think it's the same thing that the same that where they did Mexico, like up Mexico, until the wedding, and then
they had like 5-6 episodes, right, to start off with, because they released a lot. That's why I thought UK would release at least 5 or 6. But anyway, all right, people, we are out, and until next week. Catch up on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Mo, praise it.
That's when Mexico comes out. When does Mexico come out?
Tuesday.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
On Tuesday.
Oh, it does, and then UK is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The 14th. Oh, nice. Okay, good. That's good. All right.
See y'all next.
Yo.